Packing an entire semester in a bag can be stressful. What do I need to bring? How many bags are too many bags? Is this item essential? I can't find my lucky ascot. Next thing you know, your entire closet is sprawled all across your room, looking like a yard sale. I'm here to tell you to relax. These next steps will take less than an hour, and afterwards, you will be one happy clam. I'm giving you everything you need to know to get this chore done fast without the second guessing and uncertainty. In this video, expect a straightforward packing list, items to have specifically in your carry-on, and even considerations all these other packing videos fail to mention. You're lucky. I didn't have this list nor all of these answers when I studied abroad in Florence, Italy. But you do. So put on some rockin' music and follow the packing procedures of Expat Philosophy. Okay, my name's Mike Kelly. I live in Kenya and I'm a travel expert who does some pretty incredible things across the world. Today's video is for the badass study abroad student, unfortunately ready to pull their hair out due to the impending stress of having to pack. At this point, go down to the download link in the description and get your complete packing list before we begin. There is both a print-friendly and mobile-friendly version. It's easiest to get this list first and follow along as we go. But don't worry, I'll put them up on the screen as well. Before we get right to the items, there are 3 extremely important packing rules we need to follow. And I must warn you, ignore them at your own peril because not adhering to these rules gets classmates in hot water during their study abroad experience, like it did for mine. Packing rule number 1, do not look like a tourist. There are many advantages to not looking like a tourist. Being integrated into the local crowd means merchants and officials will be less tempted to take advantage of you. And in doing so, you are far less likely to be offered the tourist price for items, taxis, and meals. To avoid this displeasure, we need to fit in like the local crowd. Also, integrating into the community feels good. Successfully doing so offers a sense of closure and contentment. Your environment will feel less foreign and more homier. This makes homesickness less likely to occur. How to do this? Research the appropriate attire of your host country. Dress like the local crowd. If you are in London, Milan, or Florence, dress to impress. Spending time in the hot sun of Australia, you'll get a lot of wear out of your favorite shorts and tank top. If living in more impoverished countries, dress with humility. Keep your fancy items at home or hidden from the public eye. Flaunting your expressive things is not a good look. Mind your research on cultural mannerisms as well. If skirts above the thigh are considered inappropriate, then you may need to adjust accordingly. Every effort counts. Packing rule number 2, quality before quantity. Pack modestly and lightly. Your ability to remain lightweight and flexible will be more enjoyable. Coincidentally, your enjoyment is inversely proportional to the amount of crap you bring with you. For those who are more mathematically inclined, I've derived a complex equation for you. Here is this simple numerical relationship. C equals 1 over E, where C equals crap and E equals enjoyment. The more crap, the less joy. Plus, checked bags cannot exceed 50 pounds. Overweight fees are only going up. Packing rule number 3, practicality before anything else. Prioritize practicality before fashion. Style is when you successfully merge the two together anyway. Now, on to BIT items. BIT stands for Buy It There items. Such items include shaving creams, small bottles of shampoo, razors, sunscreens, or any item easily found in a grocery or convenience store. Here are the pros for not packing too many BIT items. Pros: it counters against overpacking, potentially less items are held up in customs, and shopping for these items in a foreign store becomes a more integrative and intimate experience. Cons? Well, I'm still looking. Let me know if you find one. Now, on to the complete packing list. This is the ordered list of packing essentials. Now, pause anytime here. For all the items to be packed, pack the bulkiest items first and always default to lighter fabrics and item weights. Lay out all your items before packing. Cross these items off your list when you have them packed. You know you've packed too much when you require more than one large checked bag. Out of all 23 countries I've been to, having one is enough. One and done. Items to have in your carry-on are provided at the end. This is why you should place everything across your bed first before packing it all up. The first thing to pack, your shoes. 3 pairs. one pair of comfortable and durable shoes, one pair of flip-flops or sandals, and one pair of formal shoes. Now, before you damn this video for its frugality and throw it out the window, let me remind you that you will be bringing 4 pairs of shoes. You will be wearing the final pair. Always wear the heaviest and bulkiest pair during transportation. As you pack the shoes, face the soles to the outside of the bag to protect the bag's internal contents. You may need to clean them prior to packing. In addition, stuff shirts or rolled socks into them to save space. Next, textbooks. Most students carry their textbooks in their checked bag. Some ship them separately from the States, though shipping can be expensive and cost over $20 per book. Generally, this is not worth it. Some download the digital versions, but in my experience, this makes distractions abundant and studying difficult. Next, one small bag of toiletries and medication. These are non-bit items. Now, go look and see the PDF download version for any additional information on this. But you don't need me for this. You know what matters to you on a personal basis. Next, essential items. 4 of the 10 essential items are necessary. Now, let me be clear here. Because I'm a cross-trek motorcyclist, third world explorer, and pragmatist, when I say essentials, I mean survival essentials. Your New Balance wearing father will agree with me. The 10 essentials are the necessary items one should always carry while camping. The young and impressive only need to bring 4 of these items. They are there to help you in case of an emergency. They are a compass or compass keychain, sun protection, which is of course climate dependent, a small first aid bag, a knife or small multi-tool. Now be sure to place your multi-tool in checked baggage to avoid unwanted advancements from TSA. Go ahead and look at the video description to see suggested items that I bring with me overseas. 1 computer laptop and a tablet. Now don't forget those chargers and power adapters. For a tablet, I always bring my Box Note Air 2 e-reader in addition to my laptop computer. If you have an e-reader and enjoy it, bring it. Okay, the next one is incredibly important here. Valuable travel documents. These include your passport. Double check it doesn't expire within 6 months. Your driver's license. Color photocopy of your passport bio page and your driver's license. Ideally, put it together onto one page, fold it up, and stuff it deep in your backpack. Next, digital photos of your driver license or passport in your cell phone, and make sure that your cell phone is locked by a passcode. Necessary entry visa documents, proof of vaccination if required, screenshots of map and lodging reservations, your travel journal filled with research topics. See my other videos for what I'm talking about here. As well, in your travel journal, have a written list of key phone numbers and addresses. This should definitely include your nearest embassy. 2 pens, and other 2 optionals are travel insurance documents or valid currency for your destination. Now remember, pause me here and double check this list. It is the most crucial. Now the big one, the one we're all waiting for. Clothing. A scarf or sarong, 2 to 3 pairs of pants. Now remember, you'll be wearing the additional pair. Belts and clothing accessories, 3 to 5 pairs of socks, ideally stuffed inside your shoes. Underwear, dealer's choice. Breathable long sleeve shirts to prevent sunburns and overheating. A pair of shorts, weather dependent, I would say maybe about 2. 1 swimsuit, 1 only. A hat or cap. Now avoid a baseball hat so you don't look like a tourist. A light jacket and or coats. Now that is weather dependent on the quantity of how many you should bring. And finally, rainwear, which of course is weather dependent. Now if you're studying abroad in Italy or most of Europe for the spring semester, definitely bring a raincoat. Roll your clothes to save space. Do not fold them. Remember rule number 3? Practicality first. Dress in layers to stay warm and keep packing light. Wear the bulkiest clothes during the flight, and when in doubt, dress for the weather. These are the miscellaneous items to consider. They include adventure travel gear, certifications, dive gear, climbing carabiners, anything of that sort. Sunglasses and lightweight sleeve to protect them, a phone and charger, international charging adapter, camera, which includes extra batteries, your camera bag, or secondary SD cards. sleeping aids for those who don't meditate, quick dry microfiber towel or cloth, 5 to 10 rubber bands, and now my study abroad clients laugh at me for saying to bring rubber bands and Ziploc bags, but each one of them comes crawling back to me telling me I was absolutely right. Laugh at your own peril. 3 Ziploc sandwich bags, a large plastic bag for draping over backpacks in rain. Now, this is important, especially if you have expensive camera equipment. Warm weather travel items or cold weather travel items. And don't forget to leave room for gifts and other purchases to bring back to your family. If you find yourself overpacked, go back to our 3 rules of packing and reassess your items again. What about valuables and cash? For valuables, always store your most valued documents and money on your body. Not a purse or backpack, but in your pockets. It can be more dangerous to leave such items in your room or hostels, depending on the circumstances. Use your best judgment. If you must use a sling bag, make sure it cannot easily be unzipped or cut away from your body. Now, a tip on hiding your cash. Never store all your cash in one place. When your lodging is secure, store majority of your cash deep within your suitcase. Keep extra currency stored in your shoe, phone case, or backpack in case you lose your wallet or other items. It sounds silly to store your cash in your shoe, but you'll be happy it's there when you need it. And lastly, the items to be placed in your carry-on. Your travel journal, any entertainment and headphones, something to freshen up. 1 stick of gum or deodorant can make quite the difference. Important travel documents, any photocopies, and USD cash placed in your RFID wallet. If you have a question on RFID wallets, definitely check out the link in the bio. I've got some great suggestions for you. 2 pens, your phone charger and international adapter. Include anything that requires immediate access, such as medications, sunglasses, or water. Your scarf or sarong, because it can double as a pillow in flight, as well as your compass. If you are part of the 4 Eyes crowd, it is better practice to wear glasses instead of contacts while on flights. The airplane air is dry and pressure changes may make you feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the intro to Total Recall. Plus, contacts require you to carry additional items in your carry-on. Less is more in this situation. And there it is. Everything I promised is here. And as a bonus, see the video description for recommendations on items I use while overseas. But even after all of this good info, this isn't anything close to being prepped for your overseas trip. If you really want to impress your friends and be mistaken as a local, subscribe to the channel that does just that. And check out our Study Abroad Lifestyle Guide, which is where all of this info comes from. See the description below. And there you have it. While you pack, have some fun with it. Get yourself stoked for this exciting adventure because it is truly once in a lifetime experience. Expat Philosophy, signing off.